Hey students, welcome back to the YouTube channel of NIRS of Class 6 Science. Dear students, in the previous class we discussed about what happens to the people if it rains heavily. What happens to the villages or towns or cities? So if it rains heavily, so it causes extensive damage to the crops for the people, domestic animals, property of human life. Okay, property as well as extensive damage even for the human life. And during flood situation, even the animals get problem. Okay, so the reverse flow overflow takes place, and everything is causing the flood, which causes the loss of human life and also animals. Okay, it also damages the crops. So much of no damage takes place. So what happens next? Okay, so in the today's class, let us study what happens if it does not rain for a long period of time. So if it rains heavily for a long period of time, then also causes the floods. If it does not rain at all for a long period of time, what happens? Let's see in today's lesson. Okay, so we can just imagine what would happen if it does not rain in a particular region for a year or more. So just imagine it is not raining, okay, in particular region for 1 year or more. Okay, the soil continues to lose water by evaporation, right? So if it is no rain at all, so evaporation process will be continuous. The soil loses the water, okay, continuously it loses water by evaporation process, and even the plants lose the water by transpiration process. So since it is not being brought back by the rain, whatever the amount of water is evaporated, it again comes back to the surface of the earth through the cloud formation and fall down as a rain, hail or snow. So since the water is not brought back to the earth by the rain or hail or snow, the soil becomes what? Dry. There is no seepage of the water due to the rain, so soil becomes dry. The level of the water in the ponds and wells of the region goes down. So in that particular region or area, the level of the water in the ponds and wells, okay, that goes down, goes deeper inside, and means water gets over. And some of them, even they may dry up, they may become completely dried. Okay, the ponds may dry up, wells may dry up. Okay, the groundwater may also go down, it also become scarce, very less. Okay, this may lead to very dangerous situation that is called as drought. Okay, so in drought conditions, what happens is it is very difficult to get the food and water. See, food and fodder. See, we don't get the food because no proper crops are grown because there is no water. Okay, it's very difficult to grow the crop and even food and fodder. Okay, so you might have also heard about the droughts occurring in some parts of our country of the world. Okay, so droughts usually they happen in some parts of our country. In Maharashtra, some areas are getting droughts. So are you aware that what kind of difficulties these people face, the people who are living in this area? Very difficult situation. So there is no water availability, there is no growing of the crops, there is no food at all. Okay, so what happens to the animals and the vegetation in these conditions? The all the plants get dry up. Okay, they die, and the animals don't get the water to drink, no food. And try to find out the reasons for this. What happens if it does not rain for a long time? Okay, yes, so let us continue the next concept, that is how can we conserve the water. See, so only small fraction of water is available for us, which is the pure one on the earth, which is very much suitable or fit for our what for the usage of the plants, animals and human beings. Okay, only few amount of water is fit for our usage for the plants, animals and human beings. So most of the water is in the sources, is in the oceans. Okay, most of the water is stored in the form of oceans. Okay, and it cannot be recovered, it cannot be used for our daily purpose, okay, directly. So when the level of the groundwater decreases, very becomes very low or decreases drastically, so this cannot be used anymore. We cannot use the groundwater anymore. There is no groundwater, means it decreases drastically, means there is no groundwater. So the total amount of the water on the earth remains the same. Okay, but the water available for use is very limited. So that's why it is decreasing with over usage. How much we are using, over usage it is taking place, the level of the groundwater also becoming limited and decreasing. So the demand for the water is increasing every day, every place, day by day. The demand for the water is increasing day by day in the cities, especially in towns. the number of people using this water is also increasing with rising population. See, even the demand for the water is also increasing because there is a rising population. Hence, in many cities, the long queues for collection of water is taking place. Okay, so long collection people for collection of the water are of common sight we can see. Okay, the see, look at the figure 14.12. See, pots are kept in a queue for collecting water. So more and more water is being used for different processes, for producing the food, for industries and factories. They're all using more and more amount of water. That may lead to very serious problems. Okay, so these factories or these factors, the production of the food, we need the water. For the factories we need, for industries we need. So these factors are leading a big problem. Okay, they are leading to the shortage of the water. So in many parts of our country or of our world, okay, so it is very important that the water should be used carefully and very less way. Okay, so we should use it carefully and we should take a note that we should not waste the water. Okay, so such precautions must be taken because water is precious. So dear students, let me stop here and let me continue the last part of this lesson in the tomorrow's class. Thank you and have a nice day.